Hello and welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You. My name is Steve Greene.
Ice woman, checking in.
You're the ice ma'am.
Ice woman.
Ice ma'am.
Icebreaker, checking in.
That's not you. That's not you. Don't say that.
Breaking all the ice.
You can be the ice ma'am or you can have no nickname at all.
Sup. Icebreaker.
No. Doesn't
Breaker,
work.
breaker,
It's
1,
not
2, 3.
sticking. It's not
Breaker, breaker, 1, 2, 3.
People don't like it. It's not connecting with the audience.
That's not very ice.
It's not.
That's my slogan. That's my
Oh, I see.
Well, that's not very ice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
People
if it
love
works.
it.
I don't
No,
know if it
people
works.
love it.
Do they?
People love
I haven't
it.
seen that. I've only seen hatred and disdain for this.
Ice goddess, checking in.
A lot of people don't like ice goddess. Yeah, they're pretty against it.
Ready to be worshipped.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
because I'm an ice goddess.
Well, how do we worship you?
You could build me an igloo
I don't want to build you an igloo.
with a throne.
Do you know
seen
how-
those ice hotels?
Do you know how to
They're
build?
sick as fuck.
Do you know
Build me one.
Do you know how to build an igloo?
No. Why would I need
I
to
do.
know that?
I know.
Why would you need to know that?
It's a survival technique.
How do you do it?
I'll tell you right now. Are you seriously ready?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay.
I do want to know.
Are you fucking seriously
Yeah,
ready?
I actually
okay,
do
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
know.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Because I am too. Okay. So you take a bunch of snow. Hang on. I'm dead serious.
Stupid as shit.
I'm dead serious. I watch cats do this on YouTube. Okay, you shovel a fuck ton of snow into a
Okay.
giant ball. Not kidding, giant ball. Okay, then you let it sit for like 45 minutes because in the cold it will set and become like all hard and shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, right, but only 45 minutes.
Well, how do you carve it?
Okay, right. So then this is the part that's the hard part, which is you take. Excuse me, Nikki. I'm speaking now. Don't interrupt me. You take a shovel and you dig out the door for it's called a quinzee, okay? And you dig out the door and you dig all the way inside and dig
You
out.
hollow it out?
You hollow it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is some
That's how you build
shit.
a
This is
quinzee.
how I would build an igloo in my head with no instructions. If I was like, how would I build an igloo?
I thought it was pretty cool
the
information.
first thing that I would come
I
up
thought
with
it was pretty cool.
in my head, and I'd be like, that can't be. It can't be that like that. It can't be that easy.
Well, it is. It's a very easy process.
Now, how do you build an Adobe mud house?
With mud. You do the
Tune in
same thing,
next week,
but
folks.
with mud.
This is so interesting.
Same thing
Tune
with
in
mud.
next week.
Okay, so today we are talking about the fall of John Travolta.
The fall and fall.
I don't know how else. I don't know what else to call.
You don't think there was any rise?
Where's the rise at lately?
Greece?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
there has to be a rise to fall.
No, but are you talking about current Greece?
No. Is there a current Greece?
Yeah, you don't know about this?
No, I don't know about this.
Okay, guys, buckle up because we are going to talk about John Travolta and my theory, which is, well, it's really a life lesson.
And why did you pick this topic?
Because I was laughing really hard while I was reading about this stuff. Because
similar to the Nicolas Cage one.
Yes,
Okay.
similar to the Nicolas Cage one. It's mostly because I feel like John Travolta has the same Nicolas Cage problem.
Okay.
And that problem is a life lesson we can all share, which is don't get too much overhead.
Right.
And
Yes.
by overhead, I mean, like, obviously don't accumulate so many possessions and houses.
You can't afford your lifestyle anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think John Travolta right now, he's picking up the fucking phone. Anybody calls him.
But I think what's funny about the Nicolas Cage one is that dude bought like 4 castles.
Oh, yeah. Nicolas Cage fucking wrecked it.
He would buy like one castle wasn't enough. He'd need like 4 castles.
You know what I call them?
What?
Cocaine castles.
Probably.
You know why? You don't buy a fucking castle unless you're probably doing cocaine at some
I
point.
feel like that's just me with anxiety online shopping. But if I had lots of money,
Yeah, and a coke
like
habit.
I'm like, well, what if I like that other castle more?
Right?
I'll buy all of them.
Imagine doing cocaine, feeling invincible, and being
Right.
like, I need another castle.
Yeah,
That's Nicolas Cage, dude.
true.
John Travolta, not much farther behind. John
Okay.
Travolta has a fucking house so goddamn big in Florida that it has a plane hangar attached to the house.
Whoa.
You can see aerial shots of the house. It's like this big mansion, like fucking with grounds and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a plane parked next to it, $10 million fucking jet parked next to it that he flies personally because he's a pilot.
Damn.
Yeah,
That just
dude.
sounds like a fun life.
Well, no, it was fun.
Where's the fall part?
No. So,
Okay.
So the fall of John Travolta. We all know John Travolta, Saturday Night Fever. Okay.
Grease.
Those of you listening right now, you're like, I never watched no Saturday Night Fever.
Face
Well,
Off.
Nobody's ever watched Saturday Night Fever except for your parents.
Is he in Face Off?
Yeah, fuck yeah, he's
Yeah,
in
that's
Face
what I
Off
thought.
with
With Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage.
Yeah.
They're both probably.
That's why I tripped out for a second. I was like, wait, did I just imagine that because I was thinking Nicolas Cage? But no, they're both in there.
Yeah, thanks for wasting that connection. I was going to make that connection later.
Oh, okay.
But it was
Okay,
really
pretend
nice,
you didn't
actually.
hear.
No, it was good.
Pretend
It was
you
good.
Icebreaker. What's up?
That's not an icebreaker.
Oh.
People don't like it.
I'm breaking all the ice.
So John Travolta was in some classics. Okay, the aforementioned movie that you mentioned, and then of course a bunch of shit.
Remember that one where he was an angel?
Excuse me.
Michael? Was it?
Oh yeah, he was in Michael.
Thank you.
Good job.
Fucking nailed it.
He was in Michael.
I'm just trying to think.
He was in.
Oh, Look Who's Talking.
He was in Look Who's Talking.
Classics.
Yeah, he's. And did
I
you
actually
know that
fell in love with him in Look Who's Talking.
Did you know that he's trying to get another Look Who's Talking going?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's where we're at, baby.
Why do they keep having to ruin my childhood with these remakes of things
I
that
got
were
one answer for you.
good?
Too much fucking overhead.
Yeah.
These cats are buying fucking lizards and shit, and then they got to buy a lizard dojo for
No,
it.
but how do these movies keep getting greenlit? Like they when they redo like a movie that was already good.
Okay, so because the movie is so known,
Yeah.
they know that if they release it, more people are likely to buy a ticket for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it has just that kind of
The
name.
nostalgia?
The nostalgia and the name recognition, right? If you say Back to the Future, almost anywhere in the world, people are like, fuck yeah, that's a tight movie, right?
Yeah.
So there's this new campaign that maybe they're going to reboot Back to the Future, or they want to do it, or somebody wants to do it. I guarantee somebody in Hollywood wants to do it. But
it sounds like something they would want to do.
But Zemeckis won't let it happen, and Bob Gale won't let it happen.
Good. We need to protect these classics.
Exactly. But once they're gone, Zemeckis and Bob Gale, all bets are off, dude.
Or if they sell it like George Lucas did.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So I bet you in our lifetime, we'll see a Back to the Future remake. For sure.
Damn.
I guarantee it. So, yeah, that's what's fascinating, right? Because so John Travolta was in some of the biggest movies ever, and then he actually had a horrible stretch with his career. He did this movie called Battlefield Earth, which is, he's a Scientologist, and Battlefield Earth was...
In real life.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a Roddenberry, or not a Roddenberry, it was a... Who's the Scientologist guy?
L. Ron
Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard.
It was an L. Ron Hubbard like book that basically they made, and like the Church of Scientology was super happy about actually making it and like getting the word out about Scientology and shit. Okay, so Travolta does Battlefield Earth, and it bombs like a motherfucker.
Right.
Like it bombed hard. Okay, it bombed so hard that it was like Waterworld. You ever heard of that Kevin Costner movie?
Yeah, I've seen Waterworld.
Waterworld bombed so fucking hard that it was like a laughing stock. Like you could just open, like if you're on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno or whatever in the 90s, you could just say Waterworld and it gets a laugh. Like it was like that.
I see.
Okay, so that happened with Battlefield Earth, where it was like that bad, where you could just say Battlefield Earth and everyone's like, ha ha ha. So it was known to be a huge bomb. So then Travolta kind of had a bad stretch after that, like where he was a little bit fucked. Like a lot of the movies that he was in, he wasn't getting asked to do a lot of big movies. He was kind of like hoping to do like a Look Who's Talking 2, which they did.
Wait, they did 3.
They did a lot of the.
They did Look Who's Talking 1, Look Who's Talking 2, and Look Who's Talking Now. I'll have all of them.
But you don't ever see Travolta in those movies.
What? Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
the
playing
third...
a baby.
What? No, he's the
Oh yeah. No,
he's the dad.
He's the dad. Okay. My bad. Okay, I got ahead of myself. Okay, so John Travolta is looking for a career resurgence, and it's been a bad couple of years. John Travolta, he has a lot of overhead, but he still wants to make tight shit. And so Quentin Tarantino calls him up and asks him to do Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
Pulp Fiction
Yeah.
reignited his career in a major way.
Yeah.
John Travolta starts getting asked to do a bunch of big movies again. And John Travolta's back. He's back in the big time. He's back for good.
The Volta's back.
That's right. He's not going anywhere. John Travolta has arrived again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unfortunately, as the years went by, he did this movie called Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Taking up what?
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 with my man Denzel Washington. That's why I saw this film.
I see.
He was not good in it. In my opinion, he was a villain in it, and it was, I don't know, it wasn't working out for
I
him.
could see him being a villain.
He's a good villain. I will say, but I don't know. I didn't.
He's got the eyes and lips and nose to be a villain.
He's a good villain. I didn't love the movie. I loved Denzel,
Right.
but I didn't love the movie. Okay, so Travolta kind of has a lot of houses, a lot of planes,
Right.
has to pay for a lot of things. Travolta starts to agree to do some smaller projects, like direct to DVD projects.
Right.
And that's where kind of he's been for the past like 8 years.
Just stuck in the VOD.
He hasn't had like a movie go above 1,000 screens, which, you know, usually for a commercial release, it's like 3,000-4,000 screens.
Right.
He hasn't had a movie go above 1,000 screens since like 2011, 2012. So he's been doing direct to DVD shit. And in my opinion, he's been doing, I don't know what else to call this, but the Johnny Depp, where you get it, you're the lead of the movie. No director's going to be like, hey, John Travolta, stop doing this. So then you can show up on set in wigs and like start talking in weird, funny voices and shit.
Dude, I was on a movie with a very well-known actor, and it was like an indie movie. Not an indie movie, but they had a good budget, but like, yeah.
Can you mention the well-known actor?
No, no, I won't mention the well-known actor.
Oh, but I want you to.
No, but
I know
won't.
who it is.
Do you? Because there were two well-known actors in there, and one of them, like, continuously.
Was he in A Clockwork Orange?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know?
No.
Okay.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
So you're not thinking of the same movie. I did this movie last year.
So there was, I know what you're talking about now.
So there was an actor in there that just like took over every scene, like basically redid the dialogue so that he was like the star of that scene, and like no one would correct him, or he would like talk back to the director in the middle of the scene because it was the director's first time directing a movie, and he's like, I'm a hot
second
shot.
time, but yeah.
Oh, okay, second time, and he's like, I'm a, you know.
But yeah, the star was definitely bigger than the director, which happens all the time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And so like they full on redid scenes, like completely rearranged scenes, so that this actor could like do it his way.
And one of my favorite things about your story of that is you're on set and this girl's like killing the room.
Oh yeah,
she's being funny as hell.
Being so funny, everyone's laughing, everyone's cracking up. He tries to improv his dumb lines that he like it's not improvised, like he like thought of them way beforehand. You can tell.
Yeah.
And no one laughs, and he's like, "We got to do it again, because we got to do it again." She's distracting me, like, so he got her cut out of a bunch of scenes.
Isn't that the most insecure shit you've ever heard in your life? So she was wrecking it, and he's like, wait, she's too funny. And then he's convincing the director not to use those scenes and like why you should cut to him actually.
Yeah, because she's like ruining the scenes or whatever.
And then, but the people who are literally there in the room are laughing their asses off.
Yeah, they're like, no, that part was good.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so Travolta, he was just in a movie directed by Limp Bizkit's Fred Durst.
What?
Yes. Limp Bizkit's Fred Durst.
Oh my God.
Of, Limp Bizkit fame.
Yeah.
He did a movie called The Fanatic, which is starring John Travolta, and he is Johnny Depp in it fucking hard.
Okay.
Like he's playing a guy. Do you know who Mark Davis is?
No.
He's the owner of the now Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, okay.
He has what I could only describe as a bowl haircut. That is an unfortunate bowl haircut.
Okay. And
he's a billionaire, by the way. But for some reason, billionaires have fucked up hair. I don't know why.
True.
So he got a bowl haircut from, it's almost like a football bowl haircut. Like it looks like if they put a football helmet on and they cut it around that.
Oh my God.
It's bizarre looking.
Okay.
And don't look it up out there if you're eating or if you're driving.
Does he have a lot of hair?
He has. I think it's thin, but yeah, he has a lot of hair.
Huh.
And
okay.
it's a very unfortunate cut.
Okay.
I don't know why he does that, right? A lot of people are listening to this like, I don't know why you have your hair, Steve. Well, fuck you. I'm trying to keep it, okay? All right. So John Travolta has this weird fucking haircut. He also has strange posture in this movie because he thinks that's like,
a villain posture.
Yeah. And also, for some reason, every scene he's talking like he's constipated. Like he's very like hi. Like,
oh, I could see that.
Yeah, and he's playing a guy who's like obsessed with this celebrity guy, and he stalks him and like goes into his house and captures him and like fucking ties him to a bed and like wants him to sign autographs.
Oh, like Misery.
Like Misery, but yeah.
But Catherine Bates was amazing.
She was fucking incredible. And then
was it Catherine Bates? It was, yeah.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
We call her Kathy.
Okay.
In the biz.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. But no, so Travolta, he's clearly on a bit of a bender with this Depp acting, because I think that he's trying to have a
Wait,
Pulp Fiction moment.
why do you call it Johnny Depp acting?
Johnny Depp acting is when you show up as a wrecking ball on set and nobody can stop you.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the director can't stop you because your name's Johnny Depp. And like and so like if you're the director, if you're Fred Durst and you never directed nothing and you're just Limp Bizkit, and then you're like, hey man, I don't know if this whole like thing you're doing is working.
I see.
Because he has that hair, the Mark Davis haircut.
Right.
So yeah, it's pretty weird to see the evolution of Travolta.
Yeah.
A fucking icon.
Yes.
Literally, like you could paint him on a wall next to like Marilyn Monroe and all those people.
It's electrifying.
Exactly. And then now seeing him do this movie called Gotti, which got a 0% on Rotten
I heard
Tomatoes.
about that. Yeah.
It's fucking got the worst intro to a movie I think I've ever seen. I had to shut it off. He's going for it and like taking a bunch of big swings, which I think you have to do sometimes. It's like taking risks and trying shit out. But I just wish that I wish he didn't have so much goddamn overhead. That I think that he is not able to make probably what he wants to make because he's forced to take a lot of these direct-to-DVD things where they just pay him a couple mil skis, and then he's able to keep affording like paying for vehicle maintenance for his plane, for example, for his house in Santa Barbara, for example. I'm sure he's got a full staff for that. He probably has wineries.
Wow.
Like John Travolta definitely should not have opened a winery.
Why doesn't he just sell some of that and then?
I think that once you're in this is what I really want to talk about, right? I think that once you're in this lifestyle, you're zipping around the world in your fucking private jet. You're like, I'll have a winery. I'm like, hell yeah. Like everyone loves wine. And then everyone's got a goddamn winery. How many fucking celebrities got wineries, man?
Well, I heard a bunch of ones with tequila because like George Clooney, and then
now
like,
everyone's doing aviation.
You know that one of the girls from the Real Housewives, she owns the Skinny Girl vodka.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See,
I didn't know that it was. I didn't know that she owned it.
everyone's
Yeah,
getting
because
into
I had heard of the vodka. I don't watch Real Housewives, but I had been using the vodka for years.
Yeah, I don't watch that trash. I watch Love Island.
I'm not even judging the show. I just didn't watch it.
Yeah. No, but so it's fascinating to see that, like, okay, so you got John Travolta, The Fall and Fall, right? All the news is bad. Every time you open up a John Travolta article, it's sad.
Yeah.
You want to sit there for a second and just like feel sad for a sec. But now, so I think probably something that never could have happened like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Visualize you're John Travolta.
Okay.
You're sitting in your fucking sick ass house in the Hamptons or in Florida or in Santa Barbara. You look outside, there's a goddamn plane. It's yours.
Okay.
You don't want to have sex with your wife because you're not into it. But you got masseuses and plane pilots who can't wait to suck your dick.
Right.
It's a good life. Okay. Then one day Olivia Newton-John, it's probably 2001.
Okay.
Just after Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John calls from Greece.
I know who she is.
Okay. For those of you out there. She calls him.
Sandra D.
Exactly. And she's like, Johnny, how are you? He hangs up the phone.
Why?
Okay. Because I think she was trying to get a Grease reunion tour together. And John Travolta's like, Olivia who? I never heard of you in my whole fucking life. I'm John Travolta. I'm fucking killing it. I'm back on top. Okay? Because back after Pulp Fiction.
Was this when before or after she got diagnosed with cancer?
I have no idea. I
Because that's fucked up.
That would be fucked up.
She's like,
I'm visualizing a conversation that I don't know happened.
oh, okay.
I'm trying to be there and imagine.
Okay, you're trying to like
because there
take
was
the information that's given and build your own story.
Olivia Newton-John's been wanting. I mean, she hasn't had a lot of things going on since the 80s.
She had a singing career, but I know she got diagnosed with cancer like right after Grease or whatever.
Well, thanks, Nikki.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not part of your story.
She's fine though. She's fine.
Okay, in this story, she's fine.
Well, no, she's fine apparently.
Okay, she's fine now.
Yeah, I think.
You know her?
No, but I'm visualizing that she's fine. Okay, so now all of a sudden, after he's in fucking Fred Durst's movie from Limp Bizkit, right? He's like, I think he was just interviewed like at.
I can't picture Fred Durst not with the red hat.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like. It's impossible to picture.
I can't picture him without him being like, Limp Bizkit's back in town, you know, all that shit. Like, how does he talk even? He's like, okay, like action. You know
I don't know. Eminem ended his career, so like I don't really.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
What was the kill shot?
Well, there's a song that I forget the name of the song, but I used to have all the words memorized. But yeah.
After that, nobody cared about Fred Durst anymore? Yeah.
Done.
So yeah, Olivia Newton-John didn't have a lot going on. And so, like a lot of people who, you know, they don't have a lot going on.
Is she a Scientologist too?
I have no idea.
Okay.
They try to get the things that were successful back going,
right,
in some sense, like a tour. Like Kenny Baker, who played R2-D2, he tried to get tours going with Anthony Daniels, the cat who played C-3PO, because he's like, dude, we're both the fucking Star Wars robots. Let's take it on tour and we'll make a fuck ton of money. And Anthony Daniels is like, go fuck yourself, little man. He actually did tell him that, which is pretty funny, because I guess he was a small guy.
Oh.
Because that's how he fit in the R2-D2 garbage can.
I didn't even know that was a person. I thought that was just a
machine. It really shouldn't be when you think about it. And I think
Yeah.
that they got rid of that function.
Okay.
But for a while, they just had this little guy in the R2-D2 can, and he's like kind of moving the head around a little bit.
I see.
And then they dare call that an acting performance.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
The
I thought
fucking
it was
audacity.
I thought it was like a mechanical robot.
No, they had the fucking gumption to call that an acting role.
Stupid.
No, and then when they brought back the J.J. Abrams movies,
Yeah.
they threw Kenny Baker back in the fucking R2-D2 can.
In the can?
Yeah.
Even though they had the technology to make it
him back into
even
it.
though they had the technology to make it a robot?
Yeah, you know why? Just so at the end, when they put the credits up, you see Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford,
Well, he could have
Anthony
voiced
Daniels, Kenny Baker, all that shit.
He could have voiced the robot.
Tell me about it.
Okay.
Boy, how do you voice all the
What?
boopies and beepies, though?
Well, that's a Foley artist does that.
See what? So why? So how dare they even call that acting either? The
Oh,
boops
so
and
he
beeps?
did the boops and beeps?
No, fuck no, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. How dare they call that an acting role?
Oh, I see.
It's an effrontery to cinema that
Okay.
they say Kenny Baker was an actor.
You know, Backstreet Boys is doing a tour, has been doing a tour in Vegas, and I was never a Backstreet fan, so I can't attest to whether the show's good or not. But I know several fans that have seen them perform like several times.
See, it's successful.
Yeah, because it was like popular back then. And
Exactly, and
did
people
a
want to reminisce
resurgence.
and do all that stuff. Okay, so enter Travolta. John Travolta is now doing a Grease tour with Olivia Newton-John.
How many years later?
Fucking goddamn 50 years or something.
No, I mean like because she called in 2001. You said.
Well, I think she's probably trying to get it going in 2001 after he
Oh,
was
this
back.
is a part of the thing.
Yeah,
that
this is part of my theory.
Your theory.
So
Okay.
when he splashed back on the scene,
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden, it would be pretty sexy to get John Travolta, who's now a mega star again,
Right.
in a Grease reunion, and he's like, literally, go fuck yourself.
Uh-huh.
He didn't do a Grease tour back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But now.
And anytime you asked him about it, I think back then he was like, "Yeah, Grease was great, man. I don't know. I don't think we should do anything else with it, like that kind of shit." But then now, you know, John Travolta's like, "Oh my God, can we get a Grease tour going? Please, that'd be so sick. Please."
And how's Olivia doing?
Oh, I'm sure she picked up the phone immediately and said yes.
Oh, okay.
Immediately.
Okay.
So you can actually see a picture of them on stage together doing
You know,
like
they were
a
all,
Grease
like-
show recently.
They're all playing high schoolers and they were in their 30s.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And now can you imagine doing Grease now?
No.
Fucking 70 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have to be like 70 something years
They
old.
got to fucking help him on the car. Got to do Grease Lightning, and then he's like, we got to get him up there.
The one
I don't
girl's
know.
like crying about being a teen pregnancy.
Yeah, dude, you got the Stockard Channing role, and she's gonna, what was that song? Where she's got
But the worst thing I could do. I don't know the
Exactly.
tune. I don't.
It's tragedy. So now she can't even get pregnant. She's singing about how she was worried about getting pregnant.
Yeah.
It's fucking sad, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so now Travolta's
Although
doing that.
even sadder that Sandra G's a virgin and she's like 70.
Damn, I didn't even think of it like that. That's a hell of a point. So yeah, now I think. Okay, have you heard of this service called Cameo?
Yes. I actually just deleted it.
You deleted it.
Yeah.
How come?
Well, I was getting like messages for doing cameos and I didn't want to do them. I also just felt weird because like I don't know. I just was editing videos and I was like, I just want to focus on my work.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So on Cameo, it's very fascinating. You can see almost everybody that you can think of in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's mostly the people who need money the most, obviously,
Uh-huh.
who are like really doing this shit. And you can find Ernie Hudson, who plays Winston in Ghostbusters, and he actually announced that he will be in the new Ghostbusters movie from cameo to a cameo video doing a happy birthday.
Wow. That's some deep shit.
Do you see?
That's some deep shit.
The way that you just said, wow, that labored wow, the pain in it is exactly why I'm doing this episode.
Okay, so there's like 50 different parts of my brain are firing off right now. Because, one, there's a lot of like washed up celebrities on Cameo, and there's everything. There's YouTubers, there's like everyone, you can find them on there. You can't delete the app, like you can't delete your profile though, which is so hard. Because it's like people think that you're just snubbing them, but you actually just can't delete your profile.
That's crazy.
So like people are like, you didn't do my Cameo, meh. But I'm like, I deleted it. But like you can't delete your profile.
They were bugging me to get on there, and I just wanted to say like 50 grand. I won't do shit with that unless
I thought it was cute because it was like, oh, well, like if someone really wanted a birthday message.
Yeah,
like,
we did one. I remember.
Yeah, like I would do it, but then it just felt weird that like, you know, they have to pay for it, and like it just feels weird. Yeah, like I would rather just do it out of like because I want to do it.
Like them.
But then I can't do it like if everybody wanted a birthday message, I can't give a birthday message to everybody. So it's just like maybe here and there when like I
we feel
like I'm connected to that person.
Yeah.
Also like on our Patreon if you want to check out our Patreon.
Yeah, check out our Patreon. Well, that's kind of different because we do feel like we know those.
Yeah,
guys.
and we like built. There's a community aspect in Patreon. Like it's like I feel like I know everybody by name in that community. Whereas like Cameo is just like it's really random people, and I don't know. I just have mixed feelings about Cameo in general. But I thought it was fine. Like I have no like. I don't feel bad about it. It's just that
I get it.
I feel weird that you can't delete it.
Well, there's a high to Cameo.
Yeah.
Where like obviously there's some people on there where it's like, dang, that's pretty tight.
Yeah.
And then there's a low to Cameo where you're like, damn. So like this is where David Faustino went.
Eminem had Cameo and gave me a birthday message. That'd be sick as fuck.
It'd be sick.
Okay, but so here's the other part of my brain. I'm like, some of these celebrities are like a lot older, right? And even watching you try to figure out Instagram, where like you don't know how I made the text background be a color.
It was magic.
And
she put text
on the Instagram stories.
So when you put text on the Instagram stories, it's just text whatever the color is of the text, right? Nikki somehow managed to also make the background of the words black, so that the words stand out better.
Yeah.
So you got white text with black background.
I'm a real techie.
It was fucking. I don't know how you did it.
I'm an IT wizard.
This is not a joke either. I do not know how she did it.
He could not figure out how I did.
And I was legit amazed.
And I was doing it right in front of. Anyway, so watching you do that, and you're 34 years old, and you don't know how I did that, and that's a basic Instagram function. Like that's the most like kids are born. Kids are coming out of the womb knowing how to do that.
What's your point?
Is that like there's older celebrities that I feel like they're just trying to get in touch with what they think might be the newest platform.
Yeah.
And so I kind of feel bad, like maybe like that platform is something they think is like a really hip, cool thing, and it's not.
I understand.
I don't know. Some of them maybe are desperate for money, maybe, but then some of them I just think they're just genuinely trying to like keep up with the times or the kids.
That could be.
And like it's just not.
Yeah, some of them, man. I like to watch them. It's fun.
But there's other things too. Like there's a whole book of people. Like if you're making a movie, there's like celebrities that are kind of like C-list celebrities that you can like. There's a lot of people that
you can
like,
plug in and it'll bring a certain amount of attention to your project.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And they're not. It's like very below rate, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I'm like constantly wowed by it because I'm like a lot of them are really, really talented people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think John Travolta is a massively talented person.
Right.
I just am very bummed by some of his choices lately, and I think that his choices are mostly, unfortunately, due to he just bought too much property.
Overspending.
He just bought a fuck ton of property. Guy likes to have fucking moats on his estates and stuff, and when you start getting into that kind of a zone where you're like, listen, I want my swimming pool to be shaped like my fucking head.
Right.
I think that that's when you get into some dangerous territory.
But on the other side of the coin, now you're John Travolta, you're on your deathbed. It's
Okay.
the end of your life.
Yeah.
You're like, I fucking lived life.
I had a swimming pool shaped like my fucking
yeah.
head.
I kind of like that too because
pretty
I'm
sick.
like, you don't have to deal with it anymore. You're dying. Like no one's gonna hound you to like pay for that shit. And you guys have a swimming pool in the shape of your head with your dumbass haircut or whatever helmet head haircut you're talking about.
Oh man, you got to see it. Okay, guys. So we're about to go to break, but then coming back from break, I'm just gonna play the trailer for The Fanatic. Can we do that, Mark? We're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it out.
Please don't rat us out.
Yeah, don't rat us out. I don't even know if it's legal. We might be breaking some laws here. We're going to be playing the trailer for The Fanatic. So even if you're listening, you'll be fine.
Oh, this is not sponsored at all, by the way.
No, it is not sponsored. We have been wrecking this shit pretty hard.
All right. We'll see you in a sec.
We'll see you in a second. We'll see. Hey, and let's play a game. See if you can tell, especially if you're not watching this on YouTube, see if you can tell
who's John
Travolta.
All right. I want to play too because
Okay.
I can't see.
Perfect.
All right, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor today, Future, because I am obsessed. It is a game changer in the home workout space because it's home workouts, but they pair you with a trainer, like a personal trainer. And it's not just like an app where like it's auto responses. It's an actual trainer that gets to know you, gets to know your goals. And also you input what equipment you have at home and they create custom workouts for you, personalized. And it has been just a completely game changer.
Yeah, man, I've had Future for a month and a half now, and the whole time you really do feel like you have a personal trainer because you do have a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Like you're accountable to them. They know what workout you did today. They know
And
how
you can't lie.
You can't lie. Your heart rate is all going to them
Because
like
they have an Apple Watch. So if you don't have an Apple Watch, they send you an Apple Watch, and your trainer is able to see how you did during your workout through the Apple Watch.
So you can't just be like, "Yo, I swear I did this," because they can see that you weren't moving.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, man. So, yeah, I've talked about this a lot. I talked about this on JK a little bit. Like, I've had a personal trainer. Every time I talked about having a personal trainer, I was talking about Future.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's awesome. I have a trainer named Jimmy. He's been great. I recommend Future to everybody.
Have you seen results?
Absolutely.
I've seen results.
You've seen results.
Yeah,
So-
your pecs and stuff have been...
And it really does feel good to know that I have to do it.
Yeah.
Because you can't get around it.
Yeah, they're texting you if you haven't done your workout yet.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
I love it.
So, sign up for Future today at tryfuture.com/STDTY and get your first 2 weeks with your personal trainer for just $1.
That's tryfuture.com/STDTY for 2 weeks with only $1, man. That's tight.
Tryfuture.com/STDTY. Do it.
Do it.
You will not regret.
Same.
No regrets.
No regret.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dunbar. Is Hunter Dunbar here tonight?
Is that him?
To get an autograph.
That was him?
Do this to me.
That's him?
I'm a number one fan. Is it difficult to find famous people's houses?
That one.
I use my star map app. You have to be careful. I don't want you to be accused of stalking.
Hey, you can't just come to my private residence looking for me. Listen, pal, I don't know how you found me, but I don't ever want to see you in this neighborhood again.
I just wanted an autograph.
Out of your mind?
Directed by Fred Durst.
So when you said villain, I was picturing like Lex Luthor type of villain, like that,
Okay, I
like
can see that.
sharp nose. Yeah, like the like square jaw, because he's got those sharp features.
Picture
But I'm-
fanny pack
Yeah,
and
this,
haunched
that's
over.
what that sounds like.
Yeah,
it
it-
sounds
it
like
looks like it.
a goobery villain. He just doesn't have the look to be a goober.
Thank you.
Yeah,
He's too like hulking.
yeah. Typecasting is a thing for a reason. Like his presence is very like brooding and like I felt like that kind of villain.
And he doesn't look. He looks like he's wearing a costume.
It's like a mafia type villain, not like a nerd guy.
Right. Now picture a nerd guy with horrible hair, the worst hair you could ever visualize. And yeah, and then you've actually seen the trailer for The Fanatic.
It's kind of like when in Greece where he like tried to be more Sandra Dee like.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
It didn't work for him.
It didn't work.
We didn't like it.
We didn't like it.
I didn't connect with it.
Nah.
It wasn't resonating with the fans. So one of the things that's tragic about this, because I am a John Travolta fan. This isn't about making fun of John Travolta.
Wait, real quick.
Okay.
I thought he was the most attractive person when I was a kid.
Have you seen the GIF of him humping the air in the gym or in the calisthenics class?
No.
It's a very famous GIF.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
But I'm talking when
that
I was like
attractive to
when
you?
I was a kid, like I was like 8 or 9, like when I was watching Grease.
I see.
I thought he was the most attractive person. Like it's weird because I didn't have a crush on him. I just thought aesthetically his features were the most.
It's a very symmetrical face.
Yeah,
Very symmetrical.
I thought he was like the epitome of what a hot
And look who you ended up with.
looks like.
Pretty close.
I also thought the same about Brad Pitt, which I think is pretty.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
We're doing it. So, yeah, I know. He's a very attractive man.
First guy I had a crush on was Michael J. Fox.
You have good taste. I like your choice in that.
It was Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future. Second guy I had a crush on was Urkel. Also like Screech at the same time, simultaneously, same era. And
I had a huge crush on Natalie Portman. A huge crush on
it was Jim Carrey.
Molly Shannon.
Okay.
Um,
Molly Shannon was Molly Shannon from SNL.
yeah, SNL.
Okay.
Because she was funny. I know.
Yeah.
She was my favorite on SNL, I think. But in the Will Ferrell days.
Yeah, superstar.
Yeah.
Mary
yeah.
Catherine
yeah,
Elliott.
Yeah. I thought she was so hot.
Yeah.
Straight up. And then, so this isn't just about shitting all over John Travolta, though. I do feel that I have shit on him quite a bit in this episode. But I'm a fan of John Travolta.
Okay.
It's just like when I shit all over the Star Wars movies when we were talking to Andre.
Yeah. Well, they say that the biggest haters were actually fans.
Yeah. We love these people and we want to see them do kick-ass shit. And
Right.
so it's just disappointing that, he's doing this gaudy movie that I guess took him 10 years to make. Okay. He thought that he was rocking in this movie. Like he actually took it to Cannes Film Festival.
Wait, was that the movie you just played a trailer for?
No.
Okay.
This is The Fanatic.
I see.
Gotti is the one that came out in 2018, I think.
Okay.
And it got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus.
It was also directed by Kevin Connolly, who plays Eric on Entourage.
Okay.
So Barry Levinson was going to direct the movie Gotti, which Travolta's been trying to get made for like a decade. And then they ended up filming it in Cincinnati on a shoestring budget of $10 million. And Barry Levinson, the director, dropped out. And then Eric from Entourage stepped in. And then the movie gets a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Jeez. But what's fascinating about this is that Eric on Entourage also wanted to direct. So then he directs like the biggest piece of shit ever made.
Right.
Starring John Travolta, who gives probably his worst performance. But then John Travolta watches the movie and he's like, this is my best fucking performance. I want to take this to Cannes Film Festivals. It's called Cannes Film Festivals.
Canned films.
Cannes.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to see my performance because I think this is Oscar-worthy shit. That's legit what he thought was going to go down.
Damn.
He promoted the fuck
That's
out
also
of it.
like one of the harshest audiences. Like
Absolutely.
I've heard like they straight up like boo you. Like they'll boo you. They'll throw food at the fucking screen.
It's vicious.
Yeah.
It's
I've heard
it's like the
horror
Apollo Theater.
stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not polite about them not liking your movie.
So imagine you star in this movie and you think, I fucking rock. Imagine you're sitting in your home theater at your beautiful sprawling estate.
Mm-hmm.
Your hot wife very far away from you because you're not into it.
Right.
Okay. You look out the window, you got your fucking Boeing 707. It's your personal fucking toilet for all you care. All right. You watch Kevin Connolly comes over, Eric from Entourage. You're like, hey, you look like Eric from Entourage. He's like, that's because I played that role. And you're like, oh, cool. So you directed this movie. Let's watch this movie. They watch it. John Travolta probably fucking hugs him. He's like, dude, Eric, that was the fucking best fucking performance I've ever given in my career. And he's like, hey, my name's Kevin. And he's like, I'm sorry. You just look. It's just I get it confused because I watched the show.
Yeah.
And then probably John Travolta after that calls his agent. He probably sends a letter to his wife because he doesn't really care to see her.
She's in the other wing of the house.
He sends her mail. Sends her a FedEx box, and he checks in with her and lets her know, like, hey, dude, I think I rocked it because you are my best friend. Just because I don't want to have sex with you because I'm not interested in your gender doesn't mean that, we're not friends. We don't connect. So he sends her like a UPS package with like that note in it, and then she's like, oh my God, you really did it. You're gonna win a fucking Oscar, and then it gets a 0%.
Wow.
Widely panned, called his worst performance ever. I think that does something to your confidence, man. I think.
You think?
Yeah. So,
I mean, like, to be told that that's your worst performance ever.
After you thought you're dunking.
But clearly he wasn't the only one that thought that. If his wife and his
fucking
agent...
Eric from Entourage thought that. That's, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, at least have Turtle watch the movie.
Yeah.
And
at least.
He would tell you probably what he thought. I mean, we know Johnny Drama wouldn't. Johnny Drama's just going to probably kiss your ass the whole time.
Probably.
But then you get that Adrian Grenier to watch it, and then he probably is bummed because he wasn't in it. He's all about himself.
You're a big Entourage fan.
Oh, yeah. And then, Jeremy Piven, probably you could trust him, but then you have to really question whether he's giving you real advice from the hip as your friend or if he has a financial motivation.
Was it Jerry Piven that got mercury poison from sushi?
Well, I don't know. Was it? I know he got canceled.
Oh.
He got canceled during the Me Too stuff.
Oh.
And now he's trying to do stand-up.
No, I think it was the guy that he was like kind of playing. Like there's a real agent that he was like kind of...
He was playing Emmanuel.
Right.
Ari Emanuel.
And I think, didn't that guy get mercury poison from sushi?
He's alive.
No, I mean, like, he didn't die, but
okay.
like, it's hard to get mercury poison from sushi because you got to eat a lot of sushi
And a lot of mercury.
And so like he ate so much sushi. Forgive me if it's not that guy, but I thought it was that guy.
Wow.
He ate so much sushi because like in Beverly Hills they just fucking eat sushi like it's...
They love it.
Like it's water.
Gourmet sushi, man.
They eat so much sushi, and so I think it was him.
He went on a sushi bender then.
Like they got Nobu out there.
Wow. I know we never even tried that Nobu.
Nah.
A lot of people.
I heard it's overrated.
Yeah, a lot of people said it's overrated as fuck.
We
like that sugarfish anyway.
I love sugarfish.
And frankly, I like some of the local spots even better than that sugarfish. Frankly. You know why? Because when we go to Sugarfish and then we do the chef one where you're like, hey, pick it for me.
Yeah, we're very hungry after.
I'm hungry as fuck after.
I like the taste a lot.
Well, I wish they'd load it up with more freaking sushi.
Sure.
They'd load my freaking plate up.
Anyway.
So John Travolta.
It's his worst performance ever.
Coming off of that, I think it does something to your fucking confidence.
Of course.
And so after that, he's doing these movies like the Fred Durst movie and he's like fucking probably crawling around on set, barking and shit. Who knows? Right?
So he feels like this character inside, this goofy ass like nerd boy.
That's what I think's going on.
Okay.
I think that John Travolta needs help.
He lost his mojo.
He lost his mojo. And who had more mojo in the universe than John Travolta?
Right. He was a sex icon.
So if you're having a crisis of confidence out there, just know that John fucking Travolta is having one.
Damn.
Like Jesus. If you can't like be like, damn, all right. Like at somebody losing their confidence, I mean, you have no excuse out there. Mm-hmm. All right. John Travolta. John Travolta. He fell off the mountain. And he just keeps on hitting every fucking tree branch on the way down.
Aw.
Every
sad.
single tree, every rock, every branch. He's hit them all.
Uh-huh.
A lot of nut shots.
Why didn't Scientology help him out a little bit?
That's what I'm saying. If Scientology really has the hooks in.
Yeah.
And they can make
everyone
shit
says
happen.
That.
How come, by the way, here's a real conspiracy.
Okay.
How come John Travolta ain't never having been even in one Tom Cruise movie?
Well, it's because Tom Cruise makes good movies.
Yeah, but you think that he would try to help his Scientology brother out?
Yeah, you would think.
I think that there's some kind of a weird competition for who's the king shit of Scientology.
Oh.
And so I think that Cruise probably at one point it was pretty close, neck and neck probably for them. Mm-hmm. And I think that probably Travolta probably pissed him off a couple of times by being like, "Hey, little guy," and shit. Probably like you can visualize that standing in a Scientology elevator, and he's like, "Hey, little guy," Like Travolta looks at Cruise and he's like, hey, shorty, you know?
Maybe
And then-
Travolta stole Tom Cruise's mans.
That could be too. We don't know.
We don't know anything.
Maybe
We are
Travolta.
peasants.
Well, maybe Travolta's jealous because he was like, I was gonna beard marry Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
And then
You beard
swooped
married.
in.
Yeah.
And fucking beard married her. Yeah, it could be a lot of things.
Could be a lot of things.
I like to think that probably John Travolta was leaving Scientology building because it's a beautiful building. He's probably walking by the front desk. It's all white.
I just remember all I could think of was when he way botched that girl's name that sung for the Oscars.
Oh yeah. He wrecked her name. Wrecked her.
I forget her name now.
Oh, me too. Nobody. Her name should be the botched part because that was more famous than her name.
I forget what he said. Like abuses.
It was viral for sure.
Yeah.
No, I like to picture that because they have these immaculate white offices, right? And they have immaculate buildings. They spend millions and millions of dollars. Church of Scientology, yeah.
They have a castle in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
Right across from UCB.
Yeah.
I imagine John Travolta at some point, probably in the mid-2000s when he's rocking the world again, right? And Tom Cruise was doing movies, but he was doing Mission Impossible. And like Mission Impossible 2 came out and like kind of bombed. Like people thought Mission Impossible 2 sucked ass. And because John Woo directed it and we all thought we were going to get like a sick ass movie, but it really just kind of...
It was meh.
It was meh. And like way too many motorcycle fighting scenes. I think we all agree. I think America has spoken.
But everyone's on board for Fast and Furious 15.
Now, that came later though.
Right.
We're talking like early 2000s. Too many. I mean, we're talking Tom Cruise
You
on
didn't
a
know what
motorcycle.
you had. You didn't know what you had.
But he's on a motorcycle way too long. He's on a motorcycle like 45 minutes in that movie. I'm like, we get it. It's sick seeing dudes on motorcycles. It is. But my God, do we have to keep doing this?
Well, Nicolas Cage was on a motorcycle for a really long time in Ghost Rider, and nobody seemed to mind.
Well, yeah, but that's because that's what the whole fucking movie hook was.
Yeah.
You can't not have him on a motorcycle. Jesus, Nikki.
I liked that movie.
Okay, good. Okay, but okay. So it's mid 2000s, right?
Okay. Oh, this is my favorite era.
John Travolta's riding fucking high.
Right.
Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible 2, everyone says sucks dicks, right? Okay. They're walking through the building of the Church of Scientology, right? John Travolta, it's white floors, everything's white, right?
Mm-hmm.
John Travolta looks down. He sees some shoe marks, some shoe scuff marks. And he looks up and he sees his fucking Tom Cruise walking ahead of him, right? And he's getting fucking bad out of shape. He see these scuff marks. He's like, hey, what the fuck is this shit, right? And Tom Cruise turns around. He's like, what? And he's like, you're scuffing all the fucking white floors, these beautiful, polished white floors. Like you're hurting our legacy. Like if people coming in this building trying to find answers, and they're gonna look down and see these fucking scuff marks, and they're gonna think, you know what? Maybe I'll take my business to somewhere else. Maybe I'll go to the Lebanese church or something.
Okay.
Okay. So I think Tom Cruise never fucking forgot that shit. I think Tom Cruise, like he'll never let that.
He's like, at the bottom of my career, Mission Impossible 2,
Yep.
I left some scuff marks.
I left some scuff marks. Tom Cruise
And
John
John
Travolta gave
Travolta.
me fucking hell. He's fucking riding my ass about it. And then after that, I think that even when, Face Off came out, well, that was earlier. Even when The General's Daughter came out, all these movies that didn't do great but did okay, and then you're seeing Travolta slowly descend, right? I think Tom Cruise is sitting there and he's like, good. I'm glad. That's what I think is going on.
You think there's a rivalry?
I think big
going
time.
on.
I think big time.
I see.
Mainly because of the shoe
This
incident.
is I like the scenarios that you create in your head and then put out into the world.
No, that was
like,
actually a news article.
as fact.
That actually happened.
That he scuffed up
The
the floors
he
of
fucked them up.
Scientology
With his
building.
boots.
Which building?
The one in
The
downtown.
castle?
The one at the castle, yeah.
It's
Beautiful
white in
white
there.
lobby, yeah. Beautiful white lobby.
You been in there?
Yeah, I was just checking out different religions. But I noticed there was a bunch of fucking track marks. So I was like,
And
yeah, I
Tom
think
Cruise
I'm
did
going
that.
somewhere else. No, I didn't know. I didn't know at the time that Tom Cruise did it, but I heard
see.
later.
I see.
Yeah. And that Travolta just absolutely just read in the riot act about it. That's what I heard anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other cool things about John Travolta you'd like us to know as an audience here?
Yeah, he's pool shaped like his head.
He's pole shaped.
He has a pool shaped like his head.
Oh, a pool shaped.
I think
like
I
his
mentioned
head.
it.
Yes, you did.
But I think it's worth mentioning it, yeah.
Right.
Like, that's just a fucking incredible accomplishment.
Okay.
Yeah. He has way too much overhead. And
I heard that one.
he will be starring in a film opposite Michael Madsen. So I think that says it all.
That's the one that you played.
No, this is a different movie that's coming out. Like it's actually they're filming it.
Are these
they
going
were
to
filming it.
Are they going in theaters or these are the direct to DVD ones?
The second one.
Direct to
Big
DVD.
time. Big time. And not because of Corona either.
Oh,
No. This is like
it was planned.
that was part of the plan.
But now they're like, oh, it's because of.
Oh, it's because of Corona. And then Travolta's like, hey, isn't it a good thing that I've been doing a lot of VOD stuff? Because then that doesn't spread germs around. And people are like, yeah, whatever. And you know who's especially like, yeah, whatever? Tom fucking Cruise.
Probably.
Think about you're watching a Mission Impossible movie.
I don't want to.
How many fucking people are in those Mission Impossible movies? They can't give one role to John Travolta. They can't put John Travolta on a fucking computer and put a headset on him.
Well, I would think, and this is just from like a business standpoint, that like the cost, like the rate for an A-list celebrity actor, I mean that a lot of your budget is going to that actor. So like to have two in one movie, you have to have like more like it takes a lot of budget.
Yeah, but you could probably get Travolta.
And then it's like
Fred Durst got Travolta. You can get fucking Travolta to do a Mission Impossible movie.
no
Are you kidding me?
now, but like
Yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
then, do you think that John Travolta wouldn't ask for more?
Well, no, back then, sure.
Right, that's
But
what I'm saying.
talking about now. Cruise could throw him the bone of a lifetime, slam his ass into a fucking computer chair, put a
Right.
laptop in his lap, and have him talking to Tom Cruise on a phone.
Do you know what I think was a really underrated movie?
What?
What was that movie where the day keeps repeating?
Groundhog's Day.
No, the Tom Cruise one, The Edge of Tomorrow. Was
Edge of Tomorrow.
Was it called
yeah,
Edge of Tomorrow?
Yeah, it's the worst movie
Edge
title
of-
ever.
Yeah, I thought for a second I thought I got it confused with the Jake Gyllenhaal movie where they were all stuck in the cold.
Not the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, but it sounds like it.
yeah. Okay, that's that was called.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know why that
Edge of
movie
Tomorrow,
popped.
Edge of
Okay,
Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow was the first name of the movie that popped in my head. Then that's why it reminded me of the Jake Gyllenhaal one.
Did you know that
Okay,
it was supposed to be titled All You Need Is Kill, which is a way better title, I think.
I guess, yeah. I
But
still
they changed it because I thought that was
anyway.
weird.
That was the best movie I saw that year, and it didn't even get any recognition at all.
I know. Why do you think that is?
I was blown away
Why do you think that is?
because fucking it wasn't Oscar. It didn't pander.
Exactly. They didn't have somebody stand in a fucking cornfield
Yeah.
looking at them, looking at their feet or whatever.
Is that a jab at Looper? Because
Yeah, it was actually. No, I like Looper. No, you know that Frances McDormand movie that everyone was coming all over like 3 years ago?
right, yeah. What was it called again?
Where she like looks at a deer.
Yeah. I hated that.
That movie sucked. What the fuck was it called, Mark? Do you know?
I forget.
Frances McDormand movie?
We
Mark?
kn- I know
With
exactly.
a deer in
I
it,
can
Mark?
picture
He
it.
looks at the deer? How do you not
They
know
look at
this
the deer
already
way
off
too
the top of your
long.
head, Mark? So yeah, that drives me nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even like watch the Oscars much anymore just because like it's just so pandery.
Yeah.
3 billboards.
3 billboards.
Yeah.
That movie sucked on ice.
Was it the same year that August Osage County got nominated?
Yeah, holy shit. That was
okay, first of all, it's a good play. But when you make a play into a movie, can we make it look like a movie instead of a play anymore?
right.
Like, why does it got to be looking like a play
And
the
why you
entire
gotta shoot
time?
it like a play?
Yeah,
Film the same
scene
angle.
forever.
Oh, August Oceans
We should
County.
we should do a whole episode of us giving bad reviews.
I would love it. No,
our worst reviewed movies.
that's a really good idea, actually.
Okay.
Let's do that next week.
just to like save people from having to watch
oh my God.
from
August
having to watch the
Oceans
movies.
County.
So I get the screeners because I'm in SAG.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah,
Nice.
just humble bragging here. Not so humble though,
No,
because
that's
like
definitely
I'm in
not.
fucking SAG, okay? I'm a SAG AFTRA member, and you get the screeners, and so I watch them all because I'm like, I don't got fuck all else to do,
Yeah.
and then I regret it most of the time. Like
Me too.
a lot of them are not great movies.
I have to say, as a Denzel Washington fan, as massive of a fan as I am,
Yeah.
that one that he did that was a play too sucked complete dicks too.
Denzel.
What was that one?
Oh, the film with the fences.
Yeah,
Is it called
fucking,
Fences?
Yeah.
Is it called Fences?
Yeah, it was called Fences, I think. Just
think-
straight up fences. Or it's called
I think
something
it was
fences.
called Fences.
Like bent fences?
No, I
or it's
think it
called
was
tall fences?
No, I don't think there was an adjective involved.
Was it small fences?
I think it was just one. It was just the noun.
Wow. Well, yeah, that movie was hard to watch. And we
Right.
watched a lot of it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is the movie the whole time. He's just sitting on a stoop or whatever. It was brutal.
Yeah.
And all from one angle. Same thing. Why do they got to shoot plays like that?
I don't know why they do that. I think it's like playwrights coming all over themselves or some shit.
They're like, it's perfect on the stage. We just need to put it on the
You just
screen.
gotta capture it with a camera.
It doesn't work like that.
It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same experience for the audience.
You know who did that the best was fucking Grease, bro.
You know what I loved though? Moulin Rouge. That's one of my top favorite movies.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
It's a very sad movie as well.
Talk about watching a movie multiple times. I'll watch Moulin Rouge many, many times. If I just need to get a good cry out, it's beautiful. I cry at the beauty of it. I cry at the
Pageantry? The elegance?
I love it. And then I cry at the end because it's a sad ending.
Very sad. Very sad movie. Very sad film. But a very beautiful.
Pulls all the heartstrings.
Very beautiful film as well.
We'll review all of our movies, our best, our most favorite, and our least favorite movies.
Oh, man. I'm excited about it.
Because that's some shit they don't tell you going into it. Everyone hypes up everything.
Well, especially while everyone's hunkered down right now. They're like, what the fuck do I do or watch?
Yeah, and then we don't want to waste your time.
Dude, that Boogie Nights, though, man. That movie's fucking sick.
That's a good movie.
I fucking love Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies that over the years, I just keep on continuing to rewatch it because I love it so much.
You know, Marky Mark is a good subject matter.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
That was a bad day of my life, I'll tell you that.
Right.
Because I'm a massive fan of that movie.
Sure.
That hurt my feelings.
I just think his life's interesting, though.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you know he has a company called Wahlburgers and then they sell
did.
burgers?
I did know that.
But that also that it's because his name is Wahlburger.
Yep. I put that together.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. I just wanted to really make sure that people understood that.
Well, thanks for letting the people know.
Yeah.
That was great. All right. Well, thank you for letting me know all about John Travolta's
The Fall and Fall of John Travolta.
I hope he rises soon. I genuinely
too.
want
I
the
love
best
him.
for people.
I miss him.
Mm-hmm.
John, look at me. If you're watching, you don't just have to play.
He's
like,
watching for
villains.
sure.
You don't have to just play villains. I know you're very good at villains, but you don't have to just play villains.
No, we liked him when he was a sweetheart.
We liked him as Michael. We liked him as Phenomena.
In Greece, we liked him.
We liked him as Danny Zuko.
Danny, that's his name.
We liked him as.
I liked him as the Look Who's Talking guy. Okay, so like in the Look Who's Talking Now, though, this girl was trying to make him cheat on his wife, and he was like, because the wife was like, she's trying to do this, so she's a shady bitch, and he's like, nah, she's just my friend, and then
He's like, she's electrifying.
they get trapped, they get trapped in a cabin together, and she hits on him, and he's like, oh my god, my wife was right, I gotta get out of here now.
Does he get out?
Yeah.
Oh.
But she throws a vase at him.
Oh shit! Does he duck?
She's a bad woman, but she's pretty.
Did the vase hit him?
No, it hit
good.
the door.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he went back home to his wife, and he was a good boy.
That's tight.
He's a good
but
boy.
Just like in real life, except that he didn't go back to home to his wife in real life. I guess technically. Well, he went back to his wing of the house.
You're really digging hard into that.
What? What about it?
That he doesn't like his wife, I guess.
Oh no. He's not into her.
I see.
But she's like his closest friend, I think.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that
And-
happens in marriage.
And she agreed with him too that Tom Cruise definitely fucked up those floors.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
she
she's
was-
got his back.
Well, she was pissed and she told Katie Holmes like, "Hey, you got to fucking I don't know what Tom's doing tracking all his shit in here."
Mm-hmm.
And then Katie's like, "I don't even want to hear it."
I'm out.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Should they don't tell you about the fall of John
John
Travolta.
Travolta. And hopefully the rise.
We wish him the best.
We do.
And hopefully he gets the whole lobby floor situation figured out.
I think that they have remedied the situation.
Okay.
Yeah. And I hope that he
Have they
gets
Leah remedied it?
No.
Because
I-
that was a pretty decent
that was really
Scientology pun.
I will say that was I doth my cap to that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. If I had a one, I would.
That
doth
talk
it.
about a great series to watch. Watch her series
What series?
on Scientology.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
It was great.
I think it's still going.
I know John Travolta probably wouldn't like that, so we probably shouldn't mention it in this episode because I want him to hear this.
Oh, but he'll like everything else you said. All right.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I know. We heard that part.
Okay.
It spoke a lot of true fan words.
I just think that his career would have been a lot different if Tom Cruise was wearing different boots that day.
Sure.
Because I think he'd be in the Mission Impossible.
All right, make
movies
sure
and
you
all these
subscribe and rate us on iTunes, all that good stuff, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Also, check us out on YouTube, and we do bonus episodes on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky, and we'll see you next time.
things.
Bye, guys. Bye, John.